Good morning, everybody. I am at the dump where you can just wake up and smell the garbage. We're gonna go say hey to Caleb.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Just take a
What
big
up,
whiff
boy?
big whiff of that garbage smell.
Best smell known to man.
Yep.
Have my lifer Beards and White Rump right there in that corner.
All right.
The smell of sewage, fresh at the time.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Horn grebes when this isn't covered in ice.
Grebes.
Yeah, that's right. Both actually, but yeah, ear grebes being the good one. So we are at Muskegon Wastewater Treatment Plant and Dump, and this is exciting, man, because there are so many gulls back there, and it's the kind of place where you never know what's going to show up. And I don't know, I love telling people I got to wake up early tomorrow and go to the dump. You want to come with me? And they're always like, I am good, dude.
You don't want to invite non-birders on the first one to the sewage lagoon. It's like save it till you get them a little bit hooked better. But
That's exactly right. There are bald eagles absolutely everywhere. Let's see if we can get that in frame. Yeah, see that one right back there?
There's like 5 more like way out there. Another group like 4. Yeah, it's insane, man.
Crazy. Well, let's see what we can find, dude. There's a lot of potential for a lot of goodies. There was a glaucous wing gull found, I think, last week in Ohio or Illinois or something.
Yeah.
So at least maybe we'll get some Icelands, a glaucous gull, glaucous wing gull. You know, the possibilities are endless.
Slatyback could be here. Vega gulls, like the one from Asia, has been showing up more.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get it, man. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's get the scopes out. So we're looking at several birds up on this ridge. Lots of herring. I don't think we've had a ring build yet.
Hey, we'll get on this. Check this bird out here. This has got to be an adult glaucus, man.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's bigger. Paler. Oh, it's gonna fly. Crap. Yeah, this has to be glaucus, dude.
Sweet.
Oh, what a beauty.
All right, Caleb. How do you know that this is a glaucous gull?
So it's bigger than all the herrings. Coming over right here. It has pure white wings.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
You can see it right there.
Yep. And it has a paler gray mantle, bigger beak. It's just a bigger bird. It has that kind of beady eye. The eye looks like proportionately tiny in it. But I couldn't even see the wingtip, and I could already tell it was a glaucus.
Sweet. I can't believe we got that on video.
Sick.
And we were just saying we can't believe we missed it. We've been looking for 20 minutes, half an hour. But the cool thing about this place is there's thousands of gulls, but we can only see the ones that are up on that ridge. And there's a lot of birds that are behind the ridge. So every 5 minutes or so, they all change out and recycle, so we get to look at new birds constantly, which is different than most times when you see gulls and they're out on the lake or something. It can get kind of boring. You check them really quick and you move on. But this, you have to really put in some effort.
Yeah, man, it's tricky. If it's one thing if you've got a bird that's just gonna sit there and like give you a constant look, and you always know where it is and can just get on it. But with these, it's like when you get on the thing, it flies, they shuffle, you lose it, and then it goes behind the hill, and then you can't re-find it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Look at the eagle flushing them all over there.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. All right, I just got on a 3rd cycle Iceland gull. Kind of an ugly bird if I'm being completely honest, but we're showing Caleb and then I'm gonna show you guys. Unfortunately, in the 10 seconds we took our eyes off it, it moved, so we're gonna try to re-find it.
Dude, I got a 1st cycle Iceland right here. Check this out.
All right.
Really nice. This is gonna be a Kumlian's type. Really pale.
Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful bird. Check this out, guys. All right, so for most of the gulls around here, you got black wingtips, and that's for herring gull and for ring-billed gull. This, if you can see, the wingtips are gray like the rest of the bird. This is a 1st cycle bird, which means it was probably hatched last spring, probably somewhere up in the Arctic, potentially all the way in Greenland or Iceland or way up in the Arctic in Canada.
Maybe.
Yeah. This is probably, I don't know, would you call this a tweener, Caleb?
Perhaps. It's tough in 1st cycles though. It's a little bit easier on adults to do that because on the 1st cycles it's just like shades of gray in the primaries, right? You don't have the discrete stuff where you can count the primaries that have black in them and like is the black only on the interweb and all that kind of detail. So it's really tricky, man.
Yeah.
I think a lot of our stuff is tweeners in the Great Lakes, but this one looks like I have to say.
Yeah.
Pretty pale.
All right, y'all, we've got an adult Iceland gull of the Kumlian subspecies. You can see it there on the left. It's got really gray wingtips. It's also got kind of a sandy colored head. I find that a lot of Kumlian's Iceland gulls have really sandy colored colorations, whereas the herring gulls are darker. Really pretty bird. You don't always get a lot of adult Iceland gulls down here.
Dude, just watch it go drop something. Come check this out. Let's figure out what it is.
Some fresh garbage. Oh.
Yeah, methinks we're not gonna touch that.
Yeah, something carcass related.
Nickel cadmium batteries, baby.
So here's an interesting bird. We think it's a lesser blackback gull, but it looks like it has some replaced scapular feathers which seems unusual for a lesser black-backed gull this time of year. It's kind of more of a herring gull thing, but we are not experts. It's just so much darker and more finely marked than the other juvenile herring gulls that are around. A lot smaller build too, a little bit more elegant look to the head. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Here's another gull in the white wing category. The bird that's right in the middle of the frame is called a glaucous gull. Larus borealis, is that the Latin name? Hyperboreus. So the gull of the far, far north, which makes sense why it's super white. It blends in with the snowy landscape. But they come down here in the winter, breed way up north and come down here in the winter, a lot like the Iceland gulls. They're big. As you can tell, this bird is bigger than the nearby herring gulls, the herring gulls being the ones with the dark in the tip of the wings. And they also don't really get that dark mane that the herring gulls get. If you can see the bird in the middle now, that's a herring gull, adult herring gull with the dark on the head. And that glaucous gull is back there, walking away into oblivion to go eat some more garbage. Well, we are on the move. We just discovered that there's another big flock of gulls at a different area of the wastewater out on the ice. So we'll have a maybe a little better look, better chance of IDing some of these birds with them moving around less often. See what we can find. Well, as soon as we got out of the car, there were birds that were right here, 6,000 gulls, and they all got up and flew way further down there. So we're gonna try to go get those birds down there without startling them again. It's always challenging. So y'all, this bird that's walking to the left is also an Iceland gull. This is an adult, and it has very dark wingtips. The other adult Iceland gull that we showed you had pale wingtips. That's the Kumlian subspecies. This one appears to be more like a Thayer's subspecies Iceland gull, although in order to be positive, it's helpful to see an open wing to be able to count how many feathers have that black on them and the extent to which they are black. Right now we can just see the tips, but you can see that there's big white patches. You can see that it has a small dove-shaped bill, dark eyes,
Smudgy neck markings instead of sharp.
That's right. And if you want to be really specific, its mantle is a little bit darker. Oh, I think I lost him. Than the rest of the gulls around there. Just a half a shade. I can't find him now. Really pretty bird though. It's fun to get them because they're so variable. It's always a puzzle to pick through these. Here's one more Iceland for you guys. This is where it gets a little tedious. You can tell that the wings are just the tiniest bit paler than the rest of those birds around there. Just frosty. That's actually a good comparison. In the foreground, there's a herring gull sleeping, and in the background, there's an Iceland gull walking around, walking to the right. And those wings are just a little bit grayish. And you can tell it's a fairly fresh bird. It's not because it's washed out by the sun, because the rest of the feathers are really clean and crisp. If this was like a second-year bird, herring gull that had been washed out, the rest of those scapulars would either be replaced or they'd be kind of messy and tattered. That's actually the pigment that's intended to be in that plumage of Iceland gull. And it is an absolute bald eagle fest out here. This is what everybody kind of knows these dumps for, and it's kind of funny. The most graceful American bird, foraging on dead seagulls and garbage. It's also kind of fun because you get to see all of the age classes up close. This is probably an adult bird. What do you think, Caleb?
Looking like it. I don't see any residual like brown in the head or anything.
Yeah. All right, Caleb, what about this bird? So it's obviously a lot browner.
Ooh. These get tough, don't they? It looks like it's got the white belly. Does that have the supercilium on the face?
No, pretty dark.
That's definitely no more than, let's see, second cycle. That would be a bird of 1.5 years age or less.
These are interesting birds because they take 5 years to mature. So from the year the bird is born, it'll take it 5 full years before it's got that perfectly white head, perfectly white tail, and completely brown. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that.
Here is a quadruple, what do you call it? A trio, a quadrio? I don't know. Yeah. Of bald eagles. Looks like a second-year bird on the left side, 1.5 years old, and then the other 3 are the fully dark juveniles of 2025. Pretty neat that second-year birds will get that kind of white supercilium, but not a fully white head, dark thing through the eye, and then messy edges to the trailing edge of the wing because of the mixed feather generations, whereas the juvies have all fresh ones, nice even edge, trailing edge.
One more little thing for you before we sign off for the day. This is a golden eagle, if we can get it in focus here. Very cool and a lot rarer than bald eagle around here. A lot of people don't even know that you can see golden eagles in Michigan, but December, January, these birds are moving around. You can see that white in the base of the tail, like a tail band. What do you want to add, Caleb?
Yeah, they have a nice little dihedral, little V when they're kind of soaring and gliding. You can get white in the wing base, primary base. And these are the eastern golden eagles, so they're actually forced inhabiting, not open land inhabiting like the western ones are. It's kind of the opposite pattern. And they're rare, man. I mean, they were almost federally listed as endangered for a minute there. They didn't get listed, but that population's pretty rare, pretty special. You know?
Yeah. That's pretty fun, man. What a coincidence.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Not too often you get to see both species.
2 eagles at once.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. All right. Coming to the end of our great garbage adventure.
It's been fun, dude. Nickel cadmium's my preferred food at the dumps. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a baby's diaper sort of guy.
Baby's diapers are good. I also like foam pads.
Foam pads?
The foam.
Yeah, the foam, and the more ice and debris you can get stuck to your legs as a gull, I think it's the better.
We saw one that has, its foot was either a giant tumor or it was like glopped up with ice. It was hard to tell what it was.
Yeah, he was not the happiest, but otherwise super cool. Fun to study the different ages of Iceland gulls. Fun to study the different ages of eagles. You're not going to have a better place to study bald eagles than right here.
Dude, it's weird that you get a positive emotional attachment with a place like this, but I'm not going to lie, the smells around here just makes me think of good birds. No matter how nasty it is, it's happy thoughts.
And it is interesting smells, especially in summer when you come out and it's super hot.
It's sewage, it's like pulp mill refuse, it's like everything under the sun in the dump. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So in summation, what do we get? 7 or 8 Iceland gulls of all sorts of different subspecies and age classes.
Among 6,000 to 8,000 herring gulls and only 2 ring-billed gulls in the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is so funny, but once you get that hard winter freeze, man, that ring-bills are out of here. It's almost all herrings.
Yep, pretty fun. We'll have to come back here as soon as possible.
Got to do it. And no adult lesser blackbacks or great blackbacks, and only 1 juvenile lesser blackback the whole day.
Yeah.
Not even a second bird.
Yeah.
And normally you might get 5 or 10 of them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
Seems unusual. They were saying they're all down south in Ohio right now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there's an eagle. A gull attacking an eagle. The gulls don't like it when the eagles come close, but they seem to get along fairly well here with the eagles only attacking the gulls every so often. As you can imagine, with this many gulls around, there's going to be a few stragglers, a few sick ones, and those ones become dinner.
Dude, don't open your mouth when you're looking up under these flocks, you know?
Yeah, that's there's always a risk there. I would be lying if I said that I hadn't been crapped on by some gulls in my life.
Oh, I've been covered in it. Thankfully not in the mouth just yet. We'll leave that just for Joe Kaplan.
Yeah.
The loon girl.
Yeah, you have to go check out our interview with him if you want to hear that story.
We show the video. Memory serves, yeah.
All right. Well, glad we came out here, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Good on you. That was amazing.
Peace.
Peace.